Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Mandy and I like to talk about makeup panning, nail polish, and sometimes things happening in my real life. Today I have my update or my recap. I have my monthly makeup basket. So if you are interested in that, then hit the subscribe button and stay tuned. Alright, my monthly makeup basket, I go over and review what I've been using for the last month and any feedback, and then I pick out new products to use for the upcoming months. Sort of a shop my stash. So we're going to go down in the order that I use the products. The first is my primer. I am using the NYX Hydrotouch primer. I used it 8 times over the last month. And it is so close to being done. There are some times I'll go put it on and nothing comes out, and then I'm like, okay, let me, shake it, tap it, and then a little bit comes out, and okay, still some in there to use, so we're going to keep using that. Then for concealer, I have my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer, and I'm making pretty good progress on this. It looks like it's got windowing in it, and it looks like it's about half gone now, so we're down to here. This is a thicker concealer, and it is also newer to me. It is in the shade 001 Cool Ivory, and I've used this 8 times as well. So that is going to roll out, and I'm going to bring in my other one. Then we have my foundation. I'm working on the L'Oreal Magic Skin Beautifier BB Cream in Fair, which when I looked this up at L'Oreal, they don't make Fair anymore. It's only available in light is the lightest. So yeah, I guess I got lucky. This is slightly dark for me, so I do use it with my, mix it with my foundation. And I've worn this 8 times today. I am wearing it today. Since it is slightly too dark, and it is the older of my 2 skin tints, I'm going to continue using this for at least another month and see how far we get. I don't know what the progress is right now, but I'll take a look in between. And yeah, the bronzer I've been working on is this one here from Complex Culture. It is what's left of the sun-baked bronzer in Play from Complex Culture. It broke. Had pan, it broke. Instead of repressing it, I just put it in here. And there's quite a bit left, but it is still the closest bronzer to being done. I've used it 9 times over the last month. There are some days when I don't do a full face of makeup, but I do throw a little color on, and bronzer is one of the things I reach for. So yeah, we're probably gonna keep this in and keep going, using it as a focus item until I get it finished. And then for blush, I have my NYX Butter Melt Blush in My Better Half. I think this is the lightest one they have. It's 01. It is their Cool Pink. I used this 8 times over the last month. I am wearing it today. It is really nice. It is very highly pigmented, but if you get just a little bit and blend it really well, it's fine. It does good, especially if you have a cool complexion. I really did enjoy this. But I'm looking forward to working on some of my other blushes that are closer to being done, because this one is brand new to my collection. This is the first time I've used it this month, and like I said, I really enjoy it, but I want to get rid of some of the blushes I don't enjoy quite as much, my older blushes. Then I have a cream blush in, which is actually a lipstick, and this is from Ulta Beauty. This is in the shade 315, my number dyslexia, 315. It's called Party Crasher. I've used it 8 times over the last month. I do have it on today as well. It is a nice cool tone for a cream blush. It does have a crayon smell. That is why I'm using it as a cream blush and not putting it on my lips, but I have worn it a couple times on my lips, and it makes a nice purple with my lip liner, which is blue, which we'll get to shortly. I've worn this 8 times over the last month. There's a consensus. I've worn full face of makeup about 8 times this month. So that one is probably going to stick around. And then for highlight, I randomly selected the Aspen palette. What is this? Esprit. Sorry, my nose itches. An Aspen by BH Cosmetics. And in here I randomly selected Iced Out, which is this light pink. I am wearing it today. I'm wearing most of these, except for some of the lip products, which, you know, you can only wear so many lip products. But I really did enjoy this nice pink highlighter. It's not too much. It's not as dark as this one over here, so it's a little bit easier to wear and blend, and I even have it today as my inner corner. So that is lovely. I used that 8 times as well. For eyeliner, I've been using a new one to my collection from Essence. This is the long-lasting eye pencil in Deep Sea Baby. It is a nice deep navy, and I've used a little bit of it. I can't tell, I wasn't measuring it or anything, but I am wearing it today. I'm just wearing it on my lower waterline, and I wore that 10 times this month, because like I said, there are sometimes I throw some color in, and eyeliner is one of those things that I throw on as well. Besides, you know, a little face color, a little eyeliner, a little eyeshadow, and boom, Bob's your uncle. So that one is going to be rolling out. For lip liner, I brought in the Wet n Wild Multi-Stick in Blew Me Away. Yes, it is blue, but once I put something on it like I have it today, it doesn't look quite as blue, and it makes it sort of a cool purple. And, you know, if I wore it by itself, it'd be a cool blue lip, and I have nothing against a cool blue lip. I have worn this 6 times over the last month. Apparently there were a couple times either I didn't mark it or I didn't wear it. But yeah, that is that, and I'll probably swap it with my other lip liner for now. Yes. And then for lipsticks, I have my bullet lipstick is my Bite Beauty Prismatic Multi-Stick. Multi-sticks. A lot of multi-sticks. I guess there's only 2. In Peacock Pearl. I have this in, I think, Throwback 30 to try and finish this year. I am wearing it today on my lips as a lip topper. I also applied a little bit as a contour. It kind of blended away to nothing, but I put it on and it's there. I've used this, did I mark it today? No. I've used it 5 times this month, and will probably keep it around to use occasionally on my lips and or for face contouring, because it makes a nice contour shade. But yeah, I want to keep working on that. And then finally, in my liquid lip category, I brought in a sample from YSL in their Candy Rouge Balm whatever. This little guy here, this is in the shade Chili Delight. I did put this on over top of my blue lip liner, and then I put the Bite on top of that. So yeah, I used it 4, maybe 5 times over the last month. It's okay, it's just a sample, and last time I had a sample and I kept it for 2 months to get more use out of it. But this is an orangey red, and I'm not particularly fond of it, and since it's just a sample, I am going to say it is done and over with, and I'm going to dispose of it because I don't want to keep it hanging, an open sample hanging around forever. I'm not that precious with it. If it was something like an actual bullet, I would probably just try and find a way to use it up, but since it is just a sample, I am happy just letting it go. So that's everything I've been working on over the last month. Give me a moment and I'm going to get things set up, and we're going to talk about what I'm going to be working on for the next month. Okay, I'm back and I have a throat lozenge because allergies and a weekend and a convention have left my throat a little bit sore. So, pardon me if you hear it rolling around in my mouth, but I'll try and keep it quiet. Alright, so we're going to go through what I'm bringing in. So I'm leaving in the hydrotouch because, like I said, I think this is almost done. If I finish this before the month is over, I'll bring in my Wet n Wild Impossible primer. But for now, I'm trying to finish the NYX hydrotouch. concealer, I'm bringing back the Purlisse, there we go, Perfect Glow BB Concealer, because this one also is almost done. I was going to measure it, but it's been laying on its side, so it's not very, it wasn't, you know, settled. But I'm guessing we are way down here. It is so close to being done. I have mine in the shade Fair, so we're going to work on that. I'm keeping in the L'Oreal Magic Skin Beautifier BB Cream in Fair, and I did Shine a Light, and we are right there, so it's about half used. I don't remember how full it was when I got it. I'm not swatching anything. If you want to see swatches, let me know, and I'll try and remember to do that next time. Bronzer, we are keeping in the Sun Baked Bronzer in Sun Bath Baked Bronzer in Play. Anyway, from Complex Culture, this guy here, this loose bronzer, yeah, it has a few big chunks. I might go in there and try and crunch it up a little bit more, because once or twice I've tried to put it on and ended up with streaks on my face that had to be blended out. But we're going to keep working on that, trying to get that finished, so that's another focus product. Then for blush, I am bringing in a Franken blush. If you've been around a while, you may remember I had a blush from the Balm that was very hard, and then I had one that was very crumbly, so I said I was going to Franken them together. One was matte, one was shimmery, and so I did that in this old NYX powder compact, and this is what we have left. It is a nice peachy. I will give you a swatch of this. The formula seems nice. The color picks up quite easily. It is a peach blush. It doesn't seem to have much shimmer now, but that's okay. I'm not terribly, and I prefer a matte blush, but a shimmery blush is okay. So I'm just calling that my Balm. They're both from the Balm, so I'm calling it my Balm Franken. And yeah, we're going to work on that and see how we can do. And this packaging is starting to break, which is annoying, but that's okay. Alright, and then for cream blush, I decided to switch it up this month and work on my Colourpop Lippie stick, because I brought this back in Throwback 30. This is one I worked on all last year as a cream blush, because I had it in to try and finish it. And we got pretty close. Let me see, that's all we have left right there. I don't think I'll finish that this month, but if I go to alternating the lipsticks I'm using as cream blushes, going back and forth, alternating them, then I have a good possibility of finishing one or both of them by the end of the year. And this one is detached from the base, so every time I roll it up, I have to manually push it back down, which is why this one is in, plus it's my only Colourpop colored product. I just haven't bought a lot of Colourpop. So that one is in for my cream blush. Alright, the first one we get to randomly select, which I didn't get my phone ready for, so we should probably do that, is going to be highlighter, because I have 4 individual highlighters, but then I have 2 in my Marvycorn palette, as well as the 6 in the Aspen palette. And we're going to select from the ones that have not been selected, so let me figure out how many that is, or have not been used this year, because some of them were in earlier in the year when I was trying to finish another highlighter and they didn't really get used. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only 5 left. Alright, I opened up the wrong thing. How did I do that? I hit spin the wheel instead of pretty random. Alright. So we're going to go 1 through 5. Okay. And let's see what we get. Number 2. There it is. Number 2, which is going to be from the Marvycorn. Alright. Give me a second to grab that. Okay, so from the Marvycorn, we selected Sheesh. Sheesh! Which is the first one right here. It's just a beautiful champagne, and it is the one that has the biggest pan. I was like, what's the word I'm looking for? Biggest dip, biggest pan. There it is there. That's a nice champagne-y highlighter. It does get a bit chunky. It is a loose formula, but it does blend out nicely, so that's gonna be good, and I'm sure we're gonna make great progress on that. Like I said, it already has great big pan in there, so bringing that in is going to give it plenty of use. Alright, moving on down the line, the next product is going to be an eyeliner, and I am working on another new eyeliner that I brought into my collection. This is the LA Girl Ultimate Eye Intense Stay Auto Liner in Ultimate Black. It is a black liner with the gel liner that's retractable, and this one does have a sharpener, I believe. Yes. The blue one from Essence did not have a sharpener, but it's skinnier. So black, can't go wrong with black eyeliner. Then for lip liner, I am bringing in my e.l.f. Cream Glide Lip Liner. I have it in Plum and Get It. It is a nice dark purple, on the pinky side of purple, but it has a nice creamy formula. And I just got all over the cap. I was trying to put the cap back on. So that's going to be a nice lip liner. Not that I think it's going to matter much, but we'll see, because the lipstick I'm bringing in is from Maybelline. And it is their Color Color whatever. Color Sensational lipstick in the shade Pure Black. And guess what? It's black. I mean, it's not October, it's September, but it's good enough. And I have this in a project, I think, for just 10 uses. So we'll go ahead and get that in. Maybe it's in for 30. I think it's in Throwback 30 for 50 Shades of Purple. So it may be in for 30 uses, but we're going to get some use on it this month and give it some love. And then finally, the last thing we get to pick is a liquid for gloss. And let me find that. Here we go. So I don't think we've done all of them, but there were also some earlier in the year that didn't get used for some reason or another, or I just didn't track them. So we get to randomly select one. And how many are we choosing from? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, 1 through 7. Get up my pretty random. Okay, make sure I have prevent rerolls turned off, because we don't care if we prevent a reroll. We're rolling something completely new. And let's see what we get. Number 7. It looked like it stopped on 7 and then kept going and stopped on 7 again, which is the newest lip product to my collection. So let me grab that really quick. Alright, that was really quick. So this is from Buxom. It is their full-on plumping lip matte in the shade Dolly. I have not worn this at all. I have just swatched it on my hand. But it looks like a nice pinky nude shade. Probably about the same as Cami. I'm looking forward to this. This is a liquid lipstick formula, so I'll see how it is. I have never used anything from Buxom. And I picked this up at TJ Maxx, so I just got this back in June, and this is going to be my first time using it. So that's exciting. I have other products here in my collection that need to be used, but I'm going to be working on that. And that is everything. So if you enjoyed this shorter version, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't enjoy this video at all, give it a thumbs down. Or if you just, 50-50, hit one or the other, or neither, or leave me a comment and tell me what you thought about the whole thing overall. But until my next video, don't forget to take care of yourselves. Stay true to you. And I love you no matter who or what you are. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye!